Hello, Aries. Thank you so much, you guys, for being here. All right, Aries, so something is going to be coming back up that you didn't think was available to you anymore. But your advice here is saying that boundaries is what's going to be important. And I think it's fitting in well with what is going on in the shadow. So, forgetting oneself. This is just going along with things, even though it may not be what you want to do. And that has to do with this regeneration here, I think. Besides second chances, it also talks about not being afraid to let go of the things that are gone, dead, not coming back. Needing to do that in order for something new to take its place. So for a lot of you, I kind of feel like this is one of those situations where you're like, yeah, I just want to forget about it. But if you're not mindful about, the boundaries that you're setting or letting people know how you feel, right? It very much has like a Seven of Wands type of feel. It's important that you do that. Otherwise, you're just kind of going along with something that I don't think you really want to deal with anymore. But regeneration's also saying that, it's okay, right? Like, it's okay to let these things go. And it may be something that you have been holding on to. But there's also these opportunities coming back that you just didn't think were available to you anymore. And it may be that you're going to have to set some boundaries in order to take these new opportunities instead of going along with what others may want from you. Your overall here, the Page of Cups, very nice. So this is all about new feelings. I haven't felt this way before. Creativity, loving messages coming through. But I feel like because it's a page, we're talking about communication that's making you feel something. But you don't have any kind of like preconceived notions about what it is that's coming through to you. So you're not like looking at what the future is going to look like or bringing in anything negative. You're just kind of going with it. In the past, the Four of Swords. So this may be a situation where there's this loving communication coming through, or again, this communication that brings out your creative side, but makes you feel something, but it may be between you and a person that you haven't spoken to in a while. And I say that because with the Four of Swords, typically we're talking about rest and recovery and giving your mind a break. But there's no communication happening here. So it may be that you may have lost touch with someone and they may be coming back through to give you an opportunity. But a lot of you may still be in this place of recovering from an issue in the past. Yeah, in the present moment, the Six of Cups, again, the past, right? But this is good memories, which makes me feel like, this is about some communication coming through from somebody that you haven't spoken to in a while. And it may be because of, what has been going on in the past that you had to take a break from. But this, I feel like, is positive reflection. And I say that because of the Page of Cups here, but, we'll see what's going on here. Future conditions, karma, wow. So, judgment. And again, the past coming back to revisit you in a very different way. I really feel like this one is talking about you perceiving what has happened in the past very differently than how you may have judged it before, which is where the resurrection comes through. And then there's also that kind of wake-up call. And it may be a wake-up call for some of you to reach out to someone from the past, but you're looking at things very differently here. Your best path to follow, the Five of Pentacles. So, first of all, you don't want to be connected to situations where you feel like you're being rejected or that you're not getting what you deserve. You know, but this isn't a Six of Pentacles type energy, although I kind of feel like that, right? Like you have given to something but didn't get anything back. You know, this also talks about experiencing lack. You know, and this may be you pulling on inspiration from the past too. But I would say with the Five of Pentacles being your advice, you have to be willing to move on from areas where you're not being accepted. In your environment, the star, hope, healing of the past. And I mean, it's coming all the way through. But I still feel like this is connected to a conversation that you may be having with someone. But the star being in your environment, that, yeah, it's like the bigger picture is starting to open up here. You know, and again, second chances, it's like something that you thought was long gone may be coming back through. And this is really good, and it makes me look back at this and think, you know, be careful about the thoughts that you've had about this. You know, if this is a person or an opportunity coming back through from the past, you know, be careful about how you're looking at it. And I say that because of judgment here, because judgment is asking you to see and perceive past situations differently, to rise above it, right? But the star in your environment with the Six of Cups, again, there's this beautiful, like, nostalgic feeling that comes through. And it creates this connection for you where I think, you know, you may be coming out of a hiatus and trying something again, or trying something new. Okay, your hopes and your fears, the Five of Swords. So with this one, I feel like, first of all, you know, your own thoughts and self-sabotage, right? And again, fives. Whatever was going on that you had to take a break from was a problem for you. You have this feeling of lack and rejection, and then you also have, with the Five of Swords, this, you know, people just doing whatever it takes to get what they want. And I think that, you know, some of you may be fearing having to go through that again, and that's kind of where it was like feeling this whole, be careful of how you're thinking about how something may have failed before, or maybe you thought that it did because of, you know, these difficulties that took place. But again, you know, we're talking about second chances here. But the Five of Swords, you know, just be careful about self-sabotaging thoughts. And then the other thing is don't listen to haters. Don't do that. Because all they're doing is reflecting back onto you, or projecting onto you, the things that are within themselves. You know, don't take that on. And then coming out here, the Two of Swords. So, and to me, I feel like it's a difficult choice that's going to have to be made, and it's going to require you to be able to hold two truths at once. I don't feel like you're ignoring anything here. I just think that for some of you, yeah, a change of perception, definitely. But if you're getting the wake-up call and you just can't ignore it, then wherever you're hanging on to things, and again, I go back to the Oracle cards, right? Especially with regeneration, if you're holding on to things that are gone, that is the only reason why you're not able to make, yeah, the decision. I say that and there's a fucking devil, the shadow side. The Ten of Wands. And then the Eight of Pentacles. And here's the thing. All you have to do is decide to let it go. Bad situations, negative patterns, behaviors, that, you know, staying in comfortable places where it's not healthy for you, all that stuff. This is talking about your recovery from that. But this has left a lot of burdens on you where it may feel like it's hard for you to make the choice to go back to something that maybe didn't exactly work out the way that you wanted it to. But with the star being in your environment, Yeah, there is potential here. And then with the Eight of Pentacles, this is where you have to make the choice to put in the effort, right? Working hard, paying attention to details with the Eight of Pentacles. But this is also about something that you know how to do very well. And if you put your effort into that, that's where you're going to see payment come out of it. But for a lot of you, it may be that, you're really going to have to put in the effort here to release all of the crap that you're carrying around with you because of a bad situation, right? Because this is talking about a renewal of that. I don't know. I feel like this is going to be a dream that you thought was dead. And that is because you didn't actually hit the end of it. You just hit the difficulties within it. But there's this call to see things differently and a call to, do something again and put your effort into it. And I feel like with the Page of Cups, it's not about you being naive, because you wouldn't be coming out with the Two of Swords. I really feel like this is going to have to do with communication that comes through. That's kind of like a creative breakthrough almost. But you had difficulty with this before. Strength. Every time I see strength, whether it's from the trees or if it's from the tarot, this is where you hit that point where you're so close to reaching your goal that the universe is saying you're going to have to really pull on your inner strength to continue, right? It's not forcing anything to happen. Just hang in there and keep going, right? Trust. And unique gifts. This is something that you have a talent for. A win-win outcome is forecasted once you are able to make the choice. And then the energy is gaining momentum. And that's perfect. That's exactly what you want to see, especially if this has to do with something that you've been questioning on, why is this coming back? I don't feel like this is a repeating cycle. I think that negative things may have been preventing you from being able to do something or really see it to its full completion. So there's this feeling too of follow through, because clearly whatever this is, you have a talent for it. And I feel like it's something that, you really do want to express. But watch for communication that starts to make you feel different and hopeful.